Go and throttle up. Alright, let's go. How are you guys doing? Feeling good? No. No, not at all. Just, yeah. Hamilton got DQ'd. Yeah. But only DQ'd from qualifying. Rested well? No. I missed the launch this morning, guys. I'm not happy about that. I shut off 3 alarms in my sleep. 2 of them being different alarm. Like, one of them was the alarm clock. Like, I set the alarm clock because I was afraid about automatic updates, etc., etc. I shut them all off in my sleep. Look, you're back. Oh, that's good. Launches are weird to watch without you. Yeah, Texas, I'm not happy. I'm really not happy. I don't like saying I'm gonna be here and then not being here. That's annoying. Put it somewhere where you can't reach it with bed. Boxy, I got up in my sleep and shut the alarm off on the other side of the room, dude. I don't know. I don't know what else to do. I mean, maybe we should get more sleep, but racing ended at like 4 a.m. So I got like 2 hours of sleep, and then I woke up like 30 minutes after, and I was just like, nope, whatever. You're watching Rocket Guy. Nice. I didn't really get that well of sleep, or good of sleep, but it's fine. We'll go. I've no joke done the exact same thing. Dissimilar alarm systems and all. Yeah, I tried, dude. I tried to frickin'... Hey, you... I was like, okay, I'll set 3 alarms, and... Didn't work. I'm not happy about it. And then I raced really bad in racing last night. It was just... nightmare. Freaking nightmare. Yeah, it would have been at noontime for you, serious, yeah. Let's build a computer in Minecraft. No excuses, guy, and I respect that a lot. It means a lot to me, Tape. I don't do it for virtue, you know what I mean? I can't make excuses, dude. I can't do it. It's a terrible habit to get into. And it's an easy habit to get into, which is the worst part. So, you know, the best thing we can do is just let's crank out some Minecraft, let's have some fun, we'll watch some footage of the launch for Space News, and we'll go from there, okay? Like, guys, I don't mean to bring it up again. I apologize. Maybe I shouldn't, but that's the reason why I was so pissed at NASA the other day. It's not necessarily that their plan is too bad and that the missions are, you know, like, yeah, I get it. It might take another year. It's the fact that they made so many goddamn excuses. It just, oh, how boring. I can't drink energy drinks, Swishio. I wish. An energy drink probably would have fixed that problem, but my ticker almost exploded in like 2017 from drinking like 5 Red Bulls a day. Yeah. But yeah, I can't make excuses. I'm not going to. It's a really terrible habit to get into. So, let's just get going. Turn the page and keep on plugging, you know? Yeah, Appalooner, me too. Me too, man. See the difference? I tried to call it out, and I tried to, you know, I tried to say it. I'm like, look, this isn't normal. You don't understand. Like, after every time we'd watch Jim do a press interview, I'm like, guys, enjoy it. You know, enjoy it. Thanks. All right. I always look at mint. Yeah, it's good. But that's 2 launches, guys, that I slept through. That was the first SpaceX launch I've missed since 2013. I'm not happy about this. I'm really, really upset, actually. I have not missed a launch. It's going to take another 7 years to break that freaking streak. I'm not happy. Yeah, thanks, W. Yeah, dude. Hey, that thing that's not a bad idea, dude. Not a bad idea. It was only a Starlink. It was nothing we ain't seen before. I know, but that's not gonna change the fact, nor is it gonna make me feel better. It's not gonna change anything. But I can't change anything, so it's kind of out of my control in the first place. How are you today, my friend? Bryce, I've had better days, dude, but we move on. Boats against the current, borne senselessly into the past. Wait, I don't think that's the last line. If anybody gets that reference, I'll be really impressed. I mean, I did butcher the quote, so that would... You should do a palate cleanse. Go watch a launch in person or something. Yeah. Do you have Petit Le Mans on? Bro, I don't even know what way is up right now. You have 2 hockey games today? Well, that's cool. It's the last line from The Great Gatsby. Alright. So, let me get some coffee and we'll wake up here. Considering I had to miss lunch because I was driving someone to my airport for one task at work today, know that you get used to it. Did DiCaprio come up with that quote? It's from the book. Oh, yeah, okay, it's a joke. Alright. Petit Le Mans is on NBC. You know what, man? I probably shouldn't have any distractions today. We gotta get to work. Trim this wall down here. How you doing today? I've had better days, Alucard, but I'm alright. I'll, we'll get going. Any thoughts about the Hamilton disqualification? Eminem, I haven't really read too far into it. From what it sounds like, and you know I freaking hate Mercedes, but from what it sounds like, they the wing broke. Sounds like something broke. And that's why the wing was not winging correctly. And Red Bull noticed the wing going... But, I don't know. I mean, it begs the question, how many times has the wing broken before? Maybe Mercedes... It's possible, and this is not a knock, it's possible that they made it so the wing can stretch under load. Wings do that on airplanes all the time. They bend and they flex and they stretch under load to get a wider opening, but then when you looked at it in Parc Fermé, it's not a big deal. It's possible. Knowing Mercedes, I mean, you got to maintain your competitive edge somehow. That's just Formula One, because if you're not doing it, somebody else is. FIA said they didn't do it on purpose. Sure they didn't. Come on. You have the team that's won like the past, or like many wins over the last like 10 years, right? Oh, we didn't mean to? Okay. Like, that's a little... Dude, come on. That's a little ridiculous. But then again, don't you... Then again, the flip side of that... The flip side of that is excuse me. The flip side of that is, don't you think if they were doing it before, Red Bull would have noticed? Somebody would have noticed. Ferrari, Red Bull, somebody would have complained. So, you know, take it for what you will, I guess. I've never heard in the past the FIA say, oh, they didn't mean to, when it comes to something like this. I've never heard them say that before. But, oh, yeah, you know, it's not their fault. They didn't mean to. They didn't mean to? That's it? Like, it's kind of weird. Never heard you say that before. Didn't hear you say that about Ferrari's tires in 2005. Oh, they didn't mean to. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and they fined Max for touching Mercedes' car, which is just... Alright. Vettel does that all the time. It's very strange. Something done that up here, which is a little weird, but I don't know what it is, and yeah, I just don't know. Yeah. Verstappen got a 50,000 euro fine for touching Mercedes' car. For touching Mercedes' car with the wing and stuff. They fined him 50 G's. That's very strange. Drivers do that all the time. Vettel is notorious for that. He always would screw around with Mercedes' car. I don't not screw around, like not tamper with it, obviously, but he would always do that. That's very weird. Yeah, fine for exposing cheating. Yeah, that's what I mean, Balk. Like, I'm not trying to be freaking like tinfoil hatter, but what? The FIA apologizes for Mercedes. They didn't mean to, and then they fine somebody for figuring out that they didn't mean to. That's a little strange, don't you think? Like that I don't... That's very, very weird. Hey, Max, 48-month resub. 4 years, man. Looking forward to the next 4. Hey, thank you. And Mercedes said Max broke the wing. Oh, that's what happened. Oh, okay. It's just very strange. That's very peculiar. But, once again, I'm not as well... I'll be honest. I'm not as well versed in the Formula One rules as I am with, like, spaceflight, so I don't really know. Oh, this looks good. Killer Fun, you did a good job. Yeah, Bryce, that's why it's weird. You know, one of the drivers says another team is cheating, and he knows for a fact that they're cheating. and he goes and touches their car and gets fined for exposing someone cheating, and then the FIA apologizes for Mercedes and said, oh, they didn't mean to. That's... What's going on here? Like, that's very weird. That's... Oh. That doesn't make sense. Is that what happened, Tiggs? That is what happened, dude. Yeah. It's very weird. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, that's... Is that a thing? I've never heard the FIA apologize for a team. I've never heard them do that, ever. True competition is what's dying, is what's going on. Bryce, like, I can't help but think that, but I have to give them the benefit of the doubt, but I can't help but think that in the back of my head. Like, that's very strange. And I'll admit, and I've brought this up before, like, I'll admit that I'm not really too big of a fan of one team winning all the time. And the reason why I know that is because I'm a Ferrari fan. When Ferrari was winning in the 2000s all the time, it got boring. I didn't bother watching it. I just woke up, Ferrari won too. Don't need to watch the race. I'll admit it was boring as hell. Yeah, winning is great, but don't people want to win with competition? Like, don't you want to do that? Like, yeah, it's very, like, I want to watch a good series. I want to watch a good competition. It's just very peculiar that, you know, like, okay, so Ferrari was doing something with their rear wing for the tires in the 2000s, and the FIA regulated against it. And that screwed Ferrari's car. And they stopped winning races, and Renault started winning races, ironically, because they were cheating. And that's fine. That's okay. That's okay. Whatever. And then, you know, there was that one frick up of a season with Braun GP, right? And then there was, and then Red Bull with the blown diffuser, and then they regulated against that, right? And they just don't regulate against Mercedes, which is very strange. Like, I don't know, that's very weird. Yeah, they... Drummer, spare me, for Christ's sake. Yeah, Boxy, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just... Like, you gotta be careful, because this is a very, very easy logic loop to get stuck in, right? You know... Am I just mad because one team is just that freaking good? That's very... Especially if it's a team that I don't like. Yes, that's very much a thing that can exist. Like, I'm not going to say that that's not... You know... That's not a thing that could exist. But, yeah. I don't know, dude. Either way. Anyway, so let's get into Minecraft city building. So I'm working on the roads out here. If you guys aren't familiar with this is our well, I'm gonna say it's my server. It's not really, like, the community works on it more. This is just our community Minecraft server. That's the right way to say it. This is the community Minecraft server. We're working on building a city. You can see. Actually, I should go visit the building construction over here. People, K3 is working on his building. We've got a couple of other ones. Kickning's working on that. Senchai working on that one. That's cool. Yeah, Boxy. Yeah, like, is it that? Am I just pissed because none of the other teams can step up to the plate? Like, that's what I'm wondering. Like, but anyway, so we are currently working on an exit ramp for the airport out here. Oh, everybody's here now. Sweet. So we're going to work on... We finished one on-ramp the other day, and now we're going to work on these ramps here. We got to finish up this highway stuff. Tiggs is over working on the airport. Hey, oh, dude, we got to go see the planes. I want to go see the planes at the airport. Oh, slip. I didn't know F1 until Netflix, and I'm enjoying the Red Bull resurgence. Man, that Netflix documentary, a lot of people got introduced to the sport that way, Rizik. I knew a little about Schumacher and Ferrari. Yeah, Schumi was real good, dude. Look at this thing. But now Liz is like, okay, we get it, you won again. Yeah. Dude. There's nothing wrong with winning. Like, there ain't anything wrong with winning. Yeah, Bouxy, did you see how many people were at the American F1 race, dude? That's the most people I've seen at an F1 race ever. There was more people at that F1 race than there was at the inaugural race. I was at the first Dakota race in 2012, dude, and Lewis won that race. Dude, there was more people there than opening day, which is just unbelievable. Honestly, I'm just happy motor races in 3 to 4 goddamn hours side eyes NASCAR. NASCAR is actually changing it all up, Riz. Like not to be that guy, but dude, did you watch this season? This season was dope. They were racing road courses. They raced COTA. They raced the full COTA circuit in the rain. They did Roval, Daytona Roval. They did Road America, which is one of my favorite tracks. Dude, NASCAR pulled their head out of their tail. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's losing market share. Yeah, they turned right. Oh, dude, the road courses were amazing races to watch. They were so fun. They were so fun to watch. Yeah. No, NASCAR's changing everything. This year, they're moving to a one-lug tire. NASCAR is becoming V8 supercars, and you know what? I'm cool with that. That's fine. Dirt Bristol? Yeah, dude. Dirt Bristol. That was freaking awesome. Liberty has been going heavy on the marketing and social media this season. Is just doing wonders. Good, Foxy. I'm glad more people are getting involved. That, makes me happy. Better than freaking Bernie Eccles suck. What does the new NASCAR rule mean? Alucard, a better way to put it would be like NASCAR is kind of moving in the direction of DTM or V8 supercars. So I'm actually pretty damn happy about that. I just want them to go back to regular chassis, but yeah. They're going to race a lot more road courses, but they're also going to race a bunch of short tracks too. Short tracks, super speedways, road courses. It's going to be everything, which is awesome. Because if you think about how ridiculous that actually is. It's not circle track racing, but it ain't road course racing either. And you got to make not one style of car, but that's actually pretty gnarly. I'm pretty happy. They did Dirt Bristol this year. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah, it was cool. Well, if they do short track, you want Tony Smoke back? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So, keep an eye out for those NASCAR races, man. They are fun to watch. Quarter mile at the Coliseum. Yep. I think it would be cool if NASCAR essentially ran middle modified road cars. I agree. They should go back to stock car racing. Yeah, NASCAR's doing all right. Anyway, let's work on this right here. You're starting to sound like my dad clearing your throat so much, but real talk, you good, man? You really want to know? I got a nasty smoker's cough. No. Guys, I have a respiratory infection. I got it after getting laryngitis. I didn't want to tell anybody about it, though. I'm getting over it now. It's fine. No, it's not COVID. Don't worry. Believe it or not, I was worried sick for a little while, but getting laryngitis gave me a nasty respiratory infection. I haven't gone anywhere. Just sat here and streamed since. I'm hawking loogies, though, like you would not believe, which is pretty cool. Greetings from Germany. Wie geht's, mein Socke? Wie geht's? Yeah. My favorite driver in NASCAR is you. Yeah, he's very up and coming, Kyron, isn't he? I hope he wins more races. But you know what? Like, so yeah, I mean, the thing is that I freaking, yeah, I've been pretty freaking sick over the last week, man. But I'm just, you know, it ain't COVID, so like, I'll take that as a blessing. That's fine with me, you know. Like, I'm like, you know what? People have it way worse. I'll take this, whatever. I'll take a respiratory infection. That's fine. I'm cool with that. That's okay. I'll take that over the alternatives, man. We're good, you know. All right. So let's get this on-ramp figured out. How many blocks are we going in this direction? And we'll figure out the slope. We gotta slope it down like this. See how we slope the road? See that? We gotta do that over here. So it looks like we're gonna be cutting into this rock a little ways. We might have to blast. Ugh. But yeah, that's what's going on, dudes. That's why I'm like, ugh. Dude, I've been hitting the freaking NyQuil like you would not believe. NyQuil and freaking cough drops and all this other stuff. trying to like, no, I gotta work today. Interesting, Kyron. All right. What you really need is tea and honey. The more people suggest tea and honey, the more I won't utilize that. What the hell is that noise? Who killed the horse? Was that a horse? Rizik, that's what I've been doing, man. Dude, whiskey, it's the alcohols, man. The alcohols. Like, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. NyQuil makes me feel better. I'm good to go. Alcohols is a great thing. What's up, Mike? How you doing? The Astronaut Hall of Fame induction ceremony just ended. Who made it? Who made it, Dylan? Alright, let's go. Boneless buffalo wings from Buffalo Wild. I thought you, dude. I read that as BMW for a second. I'm like, what? I'm like, wait, what now? Scott Kelly and two others, Michael Lopez Alegria and Pam Melroy. Pam Melroy's cool, Dylan. I've spoken to her in real life. She's cool. And she went to college in Massachusetts. Yeah. There we go. If that's the road edge, we might want to go back with the edge a little ways, huh? Scott Kelly's the legend. Yeah, Scott's cool. Great shuttle pilot, T-Man. Yeah, Matt, you see the name of it? Freaking Axe, dude. Oh my god. He knows how to fly that thing pretty well. And him and his brother, dude. Can you imagine? Yo, what do your kids do? My kid works for Google. Both of my kids are shuttle pilots. There's a man out there that is the father of identical twins who both decided to become astronauts and shuttle commanders on top of that. Alright. Yeah, right? Like, all I can picture is like Scott and Mark Kelly's dad at a barbecue, and they're like, hey, how's the kids doing? Well, one of mine just came back from space, and the other one's going into space soon. Oh, wow, that's cool. Yeah, they fly the space shuttle. Oh. Alright. That's pretty freaking cool, man. And then Scott's year in space mission with Mikhail Kononenko was pretty awesome, too. That was really cool. Mark Van High is doing that right now. Mark Van High's going to do a year in space. I forget what Mark Kelly did. Mark Kelly is a shuttle pilot as well. Both of them are shuttle pilots. I mean, it's pretty crazy having one kid that's an astronaut. No. Both of my kids are astronauts because you. Like, that's awesome. Mars is going to require 2 years. Well, Dylan, that actually depends, dude. It depends on the transfer window. That's a very, very, very important thing to understand. Earth and Mars, the distance fluctuates between Earth and Mars. They get very close to each other. If you're doing a flyby mission, right, then it's about a year. But if you're, like, going down to the surface, like Mark Watney style, then yeah, it's probably going to be 2 years, about, give or take. 26 months for the transfer window, you know? Not sure, is it, to be honest with you. So the SpaceX host said that fairing recovery was going to be done by our ship, Finn, but the only ship out there with the name Finn is a tugboat. My guess is that Finn went out with some fast boats to secure the fairings for Bob to pick them up. Interesting. A great launch this morning. Beautiful launch. I watched it. It's, man, they, golden hour launches are always pretty. I'm really upset, Thomas, that I missed it. It's really bumming me out. Actually, have you ever seen Babylon 5? No. A long time ago. You know, Sneaky, you know when you ask somebody if they've seen something, they're like, oh, I've seen parts. I've seen parts. So, basically, no. What launched this morning, Starlink?
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Starlink. There was a Starlink 4.1 launch this morning. And yeah, I missed it. I just couldn't do it. So that mission was supposed to be on Friday. It was supposed to be Friday morning, right? And I can handle Friday morning because I went to bed early Thursday night. And then they scrubbed it. And what I tried to do... Tried and failed miserably was try to get up for the stream after. So I woke up at 7 on Friday and yeah. And I was able to get up on time, but not on Saturday. I couldn't do it. I couldn't stack it with racing. I tried to. And you know what the crazy part is? I almost made it. Almost did it. It was close. I get it, it's out of principle, but seriously, they cut it at 2 plus 16 minutes because of the fog layer, though. Yeah. Astra is now net November 19th. That's good. I heard you played a bit of Factorio as well. What? When was this? What are you doing now? I'm digging a road. I'm making a ramp for the highway right here. Trying to dig the slope here. Trying to dig the slope out for the road. I'm leaving a little bit of relief here, so we have some room to work with on either side. The Factorio Reddit did a strike here when he tried to play it. Any truck upgrades? No, the rear diff isn't repaired. Man, I've been in a little bit of a funk because I'm sick and stuff. And then see this weather right here? This is what the weather's been like in Massachusetts pretty much almost every day since I came back from Route 154. Just a lot of freaking rain, dude. It was so bad. It was so loud yesterday. You could hear it. You could hear the rain up against the air conditioner. People were like, "Is it raining where you're at?" I'm like, "Yes." rain is desperately needed on the South Shore. Pretty sure they got enough rain, dude. They like lost. They had no power for like weeks, not weeks, days, from the last rainstorm, man. I think we're good. Come on, baby, finish what you started. Ow, I'm incomplete. Nah, that ain't the way to treat a broken hearted. Oh wait, I can get the MCU for that, sorry. Interesting. I'm trying to get the slope of this road correct. That's why I'm like cutting in certain spots at certain times. I know it's like, it seems seemingly random because I mean, well, it kind of is. I think I figured out the problem with your controller, so I think I'm going to join you off for GTA Racing. Alright. I don't think Astra is Go anymore. Net 19th. Okay. What's the 19th? Let me see. Okay. Be careful, it's at midnight. Yeah. Okay. 18th and Kodiak, 19th for EJ. Go Astra for my stonks. Slip, slip. Ow. Just gonna sleep outside in the rain. It's fine. The Astra Strongback says from Alameda with love. Beautiful picture as well. Let me see. Nice. Cool. Yeah, Brady. That was a great shot by Brady, for sure. Hover rocket. Nice. I still can't believe that, man. What? How did that even happen? How does that... I mean, it's great, like, it's great engineering, but damn, dude. The Fence Cooker 3000. Indeed. Probably have to go back with it a little bit. Oh, the Browns this weekend. Thoughts? Oh, they, gotta be careful. Baker from Mayfield has a pretty long throw. He can throw the deep ball. So you know that they're going to be, you know that Bill knows that. Like, we all know that. He sees that coming. So, I think if you can shut down Baker Mayfield's long game, then you're good to go. But that's only one half of the battle. Patriots just got to keep their feet going, play 60 minutes of good football, and, really focus on those fundamentals. Thanks, Bill. No, I'm trying to think, like, dude, how many delay of games did we have? How many delay of games? How many freaking, offsides? They really have to work on not doing that. That's a real good way to lose a football game. Those little penalties, it's like in spaceflight. If you ignore the small stuff like that, it's going to end in catastrophic failure. Catastrophic failure. You can't ignore the small stuff like that. Like these little delay of game penalties, these little offside penalties, false starts, stuff like that. That's really going to come back to bite you. And we had a lot of it. I mean, they did good against Carolina, but that's Carolina. No offense to them. Like, it's Carolina. So, Hibbett, like, what Bill usually says is, we got to play 60 minutes of good football. Just, they're a good team. They got a lot of good players. Just got to, keep our feet going and make sure that we're not making any stupid mistakes. I'm enjoying the in-game chat. I farted. Nice. Count your blessings when you don't have to face the God King, Mike White. As I don't think I could slope this down enough. Laryngitis is good for your, good for the Bill impression. Yeah, just, they got a, you know, they're a good team. They got a lot of players. They have a lot of good players, you know. Their quarterback's good at throwing the ball. Just gotta make sure that, you know, playing 60 minutes of good football and executing the fundamentals of the game. Like, you know what the messed up part is? He says that every time, right? That's pretty obvious. But, dude, that's... The screwed up part is that that's not wrong. That, dude, it is so easy. And, like, you know that. It's so easy in a damn football game to make a stupid mistake that's going to cost you. Pretty sure Bill quoted Sun Tzu the other day. I wouldn't be surprised, and that guy is fanatical about football. It's kind of scary. That's why him and Tom Brady got along so well for the longest time. They both don't give a frick about nothing. They get all they care about is football. Like, it's kind of like Tom with how he handles himself and how he takes care of himself. Dude, he literally dedicated his life to the freaking game. You know, I get it, inflated footballs. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, all right. Still has 7 Super Bowls. Still 7 Super Bowl rings, man. Like, all right, great. Yeah, freaking, and that football is freaking war, man. That's why I like it. It's a strategic game. It's more strategic than one might let on. Like, other than just a bunch of guys hitting each other. I was studying defenses the other day, Hibbett. I was studying defenses to be able to analyze the game better, because I enjoy analyzation, because spaceflight. Can we go see the airport later? I can take you over there now, Swishio. These guys got this under control. I'll be right back. I'm worried about the slope, the road conjoining. I don't think we have... I think it's going to be steep at the end. Boring. Alex, if this gets too steep, take the road and make the exit ramp go slightly this way. Here, let me just go into map view. I'll show you. So, see how this on-ramp kind of goes diagonal? If we don't have enough runway here, make it go parallel, like this, up where DV is, right there, and then make it come in over here. So, turn it like this, and then make it come in right there. See where the orange is? Almost like the EU roads. I mean, sure. Yeah. If you want to do that. If we don't have enough room. I'm going to go show chat the airport. What do you want to see, Swishio? But yeah, I mean... Yeah, exploders. I mean, Bill, like, I wouldn't be surprised if Bill read Art of War for fun to make him a better football coach. I'd believe that, because he's the commander, right? Like, Sun Tzu, it's the Art of War, man. When you're strong, appear weak. When you're weak, appear strong, etc., etc. Like, that's... I can't remember if they read dollar or quarter all night, but it was straight cover zero with different pressures. Cover zero would be a 6-2 defense. 6-2 defense with what, like a 3-man rush? I mean, sometimes, dude, sometimes you gotta... Yeah, sometimes it doesn't matter. You don't need to cover anybody if you can put pressure on the quarterback. If you're gonna give you that pressure, you're gonna have to hurry him in the pocket. Who cares? Doesn't matter. Don't cover anybody. But you got to be careful with that, because if they figure that out, you're screwed. There you go, Ewok. Yep. Check it out, Swish. It's pretty cool, man. It's some golden hour lighting right there. I'm taking a screenshot of that. Yeah, Tiggs is doing a good job. Tiggs is my project manager for this. Well, howdy. Yeah, right? Looks good. Is that a MALSR at the end of the runway? Yes. if you're a pilot, all the markings are correct. I made sure that that was a thing. All the markings are right on the runways. The runway boundaries, the incursion boundaries are correct. The threshold is correct. The hash marks at the runway head threshold indicate width of the runway. That's correct. We measured it. It's all right. And then, yeah, this thing, right? Make a big house. I have a big house, Toby. I have plenty of them. Yeah, I mean, Hibbett. Miami's been having some problems, but Brian Flores has done good things for that team. Done really good things for that team. You know why? You know who taught him how to coach? Oh, I gotta mend the Elytra or else I'm gonna fall out of the sky. EJ did? No, Bill. I gotta go over to the end and get my tools repaired. All the tools in the Elytra are not doing too well. I don't even want to talk about the lines are in a hole somewhere. Dan Campbell's a good dude, T-Man, but it's gonna take time to rebuild. I liked Matt Patricia. I personally don't think they should have gotten rid of Matt Patricia. Matt is a great coach. He also was on the Patriots. No, I don't have any ILS equipment. No. Go trade Villager, it's faster. And I can do it if you want. Sure, man. I mean, I like Matt Patricia. I thought he was a good coach. I thought, if you really want my honest opinion, T-Man, I don't think the Lions organization gave him enough time. They wanted results quick, and that's not how that works. Football takes time. It takes time, and it takes practice, and it takes a lot of effort. Dude, I need all my stuff repaired. Like, all of that needs to be fixed. Oh. I have spare tools. Jesus, man. Lions have sucked for years now. Yeah. Man, as a Jets fan, it's been so annoying seeing people calling for Salah's seat after 7 weeks. Yo, Salah's a good coach, man. And I'm a Patriots fan. I freaking hate the Jets. But god damn, Salah's a good coach. You got to give that guy some time. Like, yeah. I mean, but that's New York press, dude. You guys are freaking ruthless. Ruthless. The New York press is ridiculous. They, like... I agree with them about wanting to fire Boone, for what it's worth. Boone's an idiot. He's a terrible manager. Girardi was better than him, and Torrey was better than him. But, god dang, dude. Yeah, anybody that's calling for Salah's neck right now is an idiot. Has no idea what they're talking about. I just don't understand how the Jets could fall that far into a hole, man. It's crazy. I don't, like, dude, I don't even bother making fun of, like, Jet. Like, I don't make Jets jokes. It's not funny. Like, it is, and it drives me crazy. It keeps us from getting good players and staff. New York press is forcing Bays right off the Mets right now. Yeah, good luck with that one. Yeah, dude, that's something I never understood, man. In Boston, dude, when your team doesn't do good, you support them. That's what we do. We support our home team. You know, if they make a mistake, they don't make it, it's all right. Get them next year. You did good. Like, there was that one time in 2003 where we had a colossal screw up against the. We fired Grady Little. The Red Sox fired Grady Little in 2003 because he left Pedro in for too long and Boone hit the damn home run. But that was the only time we've ever gone like full schizoid, to my knowledge. Yeah, the Habs. Oh, Habs fans are crazy, man. All right. Yeah, but that's what, like, you know, I get it. It's Patriots, but that's why I like Bill so much. You know, when Bill loses, he says the same exact goddamn thing, albeit with a little bit angrier tone, as when he wins. You know, they're a good football team. You know, they did good. We're not. It's the same thing. We're not playing good 60 minutes of good football, or we are playing 60 minutes of good. He says the same thing no matter what. Ooh, this needs to be filled. All right, they got that on-ramp all figured out. Oh, yeah, this area needs to be graded and filled in correctly. Yeah, I'm going to work on that now. I'm watching Michigan and Penn State right now and seeing how they do. Got to fix that. Yes. Dirt. All right, let's go. Firing Claude was a mistake, Tan. Yeah, that was stupid. That was kind of an impulse thing. But yeah, I mean, it's not as bad as New York, dude. Like, those guys are freaking ruthless. But then again, I mean, Ang, at least we ain't Philly fans. Philly fans boo their own damn team. I got so confused the first time I watched a Flyers-Bruins game, like a long time ago. I'm like, what is happening here? I'm like, boo Flyers, and they're like, yeah, boo Flyers. I'm like, what is happening right now? I don't understand. We don't throw batteries at Santa Claus. Yo, Philly fans are absolutely savage. Just savage individuals. Just absolutely savage individuals, man. I think it's kind of funny. Who do you root for in the Army-Navy game? Ewok, I like the Navy, I'll be honest with you. Out of no particular reason other than I think the Navy has better toys than the Army. And I think that he who dies with the best toys wins. Army's awesome and all. But also, it's like that Top Gear meme. This is nice, but I like this. The Navy has aircraft carrier, man, and submarines. They're mobile. They're mobile underwater launch pads. That's really cool. I want that. I like the Navy's toys. Is that bad? There we go. Oh, dirt. In the shulker. I don't know who gave me the, I don't know who gave me those tools. I think it was Tiggs. Army has tanks. Flacken. 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 Bro, I don't care. Tanks are all cool. Like, don't get me wrong. I like tanks. But I like this. I like that. What? What? Army has the Apache. Bro. Air Force doesn't fly Apaches, Flecken. That's the Apache helicopter is an Army thing. When's the last time a tank destroyed a battleship? Oh, wait. Yeah, right. It has no planes, though. It's in port. Why should it have planes? Carriers don't have planes on them when they're in port. I don't need a phone and a watch. You go for the Air Force? Well, the Air Force doesn't... The Army-Navy game is... That's like a tradition over here. So it's kind of the construct is Army or Navy, you know. But yeah, I think the Navy has the best stuff. Navy has the best toys, so. And there's a lot of squids that watch the stream. Yeah, the Marine Corps is just a department of the Navy, Bandit. Yeah, the men's department. Space Trade Brew, I usually start Space News at around 4 o'clock. At 4 o'clock Eastern time. So we're about 2:15 away. But, Space, if you want to ask me a question about spaceflight, or pretty much anything, I'll pretty much answer anything. We're talking about sports and tanks and stuff, so if you have a question about space, dude, I will never not answer a question about space. You can ask me anytime. Yeah, Dylan, my streams are long, dude. Very long. Especially on the weekends. I started doing, in February of 2020, I changed my streaming schedule around and started doing quarantine streams where I stream basically the whole day. Because I know people are at home, and I know people need something to do. Because everybody was home. Not so much anymore, but, so, I did that, and then I just never really stopped doing it. Even though, I mean, you know, just never stopped doing that. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. See, if we're gonna go tanks, you'd pick the mouse. Have fun getting stuck in the mud. I'll take the Abrams or a Leopard. That's fine. Abrams is fine. I know how to load shells on that thing, so yeah, I was taught that one time. I don't know why. But you know, like I'm not sure where that skill is gonna help me at all. But you know, it might someday. You never know. Over here, you have third lockdown. Oh man, that's. Yeah. Like, I understand, but man, I said it, I said it once, like, right when they were like, oh, 2 weeks to stop the spread. And don't get me wrong, I'm not taking any sides. I knew that people would start going bananas if you kept them inside all day. I mean, look at how crazy stuff got there for a second, man. People went a little nuts, you know? You go in America and you pick the Sherman. You're gonna get a little nuts. Do funny mustache man tanks count too? If we're gonna talk tanks of the Wehrmacht, I like Panther. Panther tanks are my favorite. I fully understand that they are complicated and they break down a lot. I think they're cool if you have the supply lines to be able to support them. I think they're a great tank. It's a Panzer with sloped armor. You can't lose. Unless the tank breaks because you have no oil. But I mean, if Red Dawn happens in real life, your tank loading skills might come in handy. Yeah, when Das and I were at the Miramar Air Show, some Marine Corps reservemen let us in the tank, and they gave us a private lesson on they taught Das how to drive the tank, and they taught me how to load shells. Because they looked at me and Das, and they said, all right, Das, you're driving, because, EJ, you probably can't fit up there. And I'm like, all right, cool. I go, you calling me fat? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, all right. Das would probably be a great driver, and Das played a lot of World of Tanks. when in another life. So yeah, we good. Yeah, yeah. I'll just gun. You just tell me where to shoot that thing. Tell me where to shoot the cannon, and I'll make it happen. Shoot over there. All right. Dude, and then okay, strangest freaking thing happened after that. We couldn't stream any of this because we couldn't like film inside of the damn tank, right? So we decided not to stream it and just kind of enjoy it, right? Freaking, they couldn't get the tank started because the tank had been basically on accessory all day. Literally the equivalent of keeping the key in the ignition, right? And they were having trouble starting it. And I wanted to go over and be like, all right, let's try, like, I want to get this thing running. Let's go. And I immediately went into, like, troubleshooting mode. I'm like, okay. I was asking about, like, the voltage. I'm like, okay, what's the system? Like, how do we get this fired up? Right? And they're like, well, you got to do this, 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 and this. I'm like, okay, is it a 12 or a 24? And they're like, oh, it's a 24-volt system. And I'm like, oh, all right, this thing's using plane parts. And they're like, pretty much. I'm like, yeah, okay, 24-volt. Airplanes use 24-volt systems. Well, some of them do. So I was like, I wanted to be like, yo, let me at this thing. Let me at it. I'll fix it. But, yeah, I didn't want to be a dick, because what if I got it started? Like, so I didn't say anything. I'm like, nah, maybe I shouldn't. Well, Dylan, I mean, the tank, the user interface on an Abrams is designed to be as simple as possible. It's not designed to be complicated. If you got it started, you get drafted. It's not really how that works, but yeah. Simple for Marines, duh. Well, it's supposed to be very, very easy to do. It's very easy to, because the idea is that when you're in a war zone, dealing with complicated tasks might be a little bit on the challenging side. Need simple instructions. No love for the Merkava? Man, it's too heavy. It's too heavy, dude. That tank, the Mercs, I mean, the Chariot's heavy, man. Aircraft use a 400 hertz system. Favorite flavor is green for what it's worth. I mean, if I'm gonna eat crayons, dude, give me the orange one. Because at least the orange one I can pretend that it's going to taste good, you know? I'll eat crayons with you. It's no problem. You can eat crayons anytime. Nah, bullcrap. You can eat crayons anytime. Is the server open to the public in adventure mode or something? No, it's not. I have a follow for 3 months and you're good to go. That's just, I try to keep the rules simple, Dylan, but yeah, that's what I'm currently working with. Yeah, the Marines aren't using the tank no more. They went back to mobility. They wanted something more mobile. But yeah, Edmana, the Merc is too heavy. It's too big. So it's good for what Israel needs it to do, which is basically just sit there and, you know, come on, do it. But I like the Abrams because you could put the Abrams in a plane and you could fly it pretty much anywhere, and you could basically blitz with it. That's why I like the Leopard as well. I like medium tanks. The heavy tanks are okay, but heavy tanks don't really, I mean, stuff comes at you quick on the battlefield from what I understand. Like, I'm just a civilian, so I'm an armchair general at best, but agreed, hence the defensive war comment. I mean, so, man, the Merkava is good for the doctrine that it uses. Yeah, okay, so the second part, yeah, Abrams at a defense war. Yeah. Abrams over the Merc in an offensive one, though. And man, and that just... Look, Psycho Mustache Man had it right. You gotta blitz, so you don't have a stalemate. You gotta get in there, and you gotta take the other guy out before he takes you out, you know? Like, that's... Like, look at a good example would be Ilan Ramon with Iraq, right? Respect. You know, they go in there, bomb the crap out of it, get out. Cut the head off the damn snake before you can figure out what's going on. That's why, I mean, you got to get in there and you got to just go mess stuff up and then ask questions later. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, like, I don't think fighting is the answer. Like, that's the last resort, but right? I don't think everybody's on the same page there, but that was Ilian Ramon, right? That was him. Yeah, that went in that like one F-16 and just went in and blew up Saddam's nuclear research facility. Thoughts on the Churchill? I'm not too familiar with it, like, and I'd have to refresh my memory. My tank, dude, most of my armchair general military knowledge got disregarded for space knowledge. But I think that firmly, it's just like spaceflight, dudes. The best defense is the best offense is the good defense. The best defense is a good offense. Sorry. You have to be able to be preemptive, and you have to deal with unknown unknowns, just like in spaceflight. So the best way to do it is to be, you know, hope for the best, or plan for the best, you know, and then, you know, be prepared when the worst happens. So, like, get in there fast. Get in there quick. Do something that they're not expecting, you know. And sometimes that means fast attack, you know. But the thing about, like, doctrines and how, like, you should go about fighting wars and stuff is, at the end of the day, it's just like engineering, unfortunately. Like, it's all about what you're trying to do, which is why the Merkava is too heavy. The Merkava is Israel's tank, and it's their main battle tank, and the thing is super freaking heavy. But the reason why it's super freaking heavy is because it's designed to take a direct hit from whatever and be okay. Because Israel has a personnel problem, not necessarily a hardware problem. Like, your tank pilots are more valuable than the damn tank by a long shot. I got some pics of the mower? Hell yeah, dude. Is there actually any tank that can survive a direct hit from the nuke? I mean, most tanks probably could survive the heat straight up. The problem is that the barometric pressure shift from a nuclear blast going off is going to flip the tank over. Because air is going to get underneath it. Air's going to get underneath it, and then Bernoulli's principle is going to do its thing. That's the thing about nukes. They don't... If you can survive the heat, but there's a huge barometric pressure... Like, the detonation wave from a nuclear blast is what messes everything up. Like... Because a nuke basically works like a big fuel air... Not basically. It's a totally different principle, but it has a detonation wave. You detonate a nuke. You don't combust it, right? Because of how... I gotta be careful with my words with nuclear stuff. Because of how unregulated neutron flux chain reactions happen, which is basically a fancy way of saying nuclear blasts. How that happens is... The chain reaction creates so much heat that you get a barometric pressure change. And that shock boundary that gets created, you've seen it, the mushroom cloud, right? With the ring around it, that ring is what messes everything up. The pressure difference is so ridiculously high. You go from like standard pressure to like 6 bar for like a split second and then back down. That pressure change from high to low is enough to really screw a lot of things up. Like with people, with tanks, whatever. I mean, it'll flip a tank clean over. I mean, it flipped an aircraft carrier over in 1946. In Operation Crossroads in 1946, they detonated a nuclear depth charge. They put a Fat Man bomb, like not Hiroshima, Nagasaki. They put one in the water and they detonated it underwater underneath an aircraft carrier, and the aircraft carrier shot into the sky. Yeah, aircraft carrier, an entire aircraft carrier, which is all right. Yeah, and the Pronzeugen and the Nagata, which is just... That kind of sucks. They should have kept those. But... Yeah, blow it up. Whatever. The Saratoga's wreck is upright. And the Nevadas survived all of it, T-Man. You're damn right, dude. I think there's an image of the vertical ship. Yeah, if you type in, look, Operation Crossroads. Everyone's seen this picture. Everyone's seen this picture, but they don't really understand what you're looking at. So this picture, right? Here it is, Bikini Atoll, right? This is Operation Crossroads. This is the nuclear depth charge. Literally, it shot a column of water from the ocean into the sky and exposed the ocean floor to air. The nuclear blast blew up, and it tried to blow the water out, right? And then hydraulic compression is not a thing, so it went up. You had a huge expansion of heat and energy underneath the water. Most of the water turned into steam, which is why you got this crazy steam cloud, right? It vaporized most of the water. And then whatever water it had left, it shot up into the sky. That's what all this is. See all this? That's water vapor from the water, right? Now, another thing that people don't know, you see that dark thing right there? That's an aircraft carrier. Now, take a look. Let's go do some digging here. Okay. There's a battleship right there. If anybody that's seen a battleship, right? You could tell that I think that might be the USS New York, I forget. But there's a battleship right there. Actually, that could be the Colorado. You can see the guns, right? It has 2 guns in back, 2 guns up front, and then nothing in the center, right? You know how tall the mast on one of these things is. It's probably, I don't know, 200 feet up in the air. So that's a 20-story building, give or take. Now look at this. See this dark thing right here? The nuclear depth, the nuclear blast happened right here. There was an aircraft carrier. That's the Saratoga. That's the USS Saratoga. The blast went off, and it created a tidal wave so ridiculously bad that the back of the ship went up in the air. The aft end of the ship hit the ground, and the ship pole vaulted itself over. That's an aircraft carrier with the bow of the ship pointed straight up. The nuclear blast was enough to flip and to have an aircraft carrier do a backflip in the air. The thing went like this, and then it flipped over and landed upright. That's what that huge dark column is. That's actually in Arkansas. There. Okay, cool. Thank you. So, like, the thing was like this in the water. The nuke blew up. The back end of the ship dug into the seafloor. Front end came up, and then it flipped over and landed. That is an absurd amount of energy. So, like, once again, and that's from that pressure wave. It's from the damn pressure wave that I'm telling you about. Well, that one has to do a lot more with hydraulics, but yeah, it's just a crazy expansion. It's crazy amount of energy gets, like, expended in a matter of seconds, and that energy has to go somewhere. It's got to go somewhere. In this case, it turned into kinetic energy and flipped an aircraft carrier end over end, which is pretty absurd when you think about it. Anybody that's seen an aircraft carrier up close, I mean, keep in mind, the Saratoga is a Lexington class, but Lexington class carriers weren't small by any means. They're small by modern standards, but they're not a small ship. Every single ship sunk during World War II and their location, or World War. Oh. During World War One. Yo, Jesus. don't want to sign in. Get out of my face. Where's the Rex? This is crazy, man. Trying to find the Rex here. I thought it was over here. Here, hold on. Ah, yes, there it is. I'm more mind blown about the toughness of these ships. Yeah. Interesting. I mean, the ships are strong, Swishio. Like, yeah, they're very, very strong. Yeah, there she is. Huh. It's also nuts that the last U.S. carrier ever sunk was the Hornet in 1942. Crazy considering the danger and the number of CVs the U.S. made. Yeah. Yeah, man. It's pretty nuts, dude. Dude, we never freaking stop. The reason why I'm looking up the Rex is because of, that's the ship that my, that's the ship that my grandmother came across the Atlantic on in, I think it was 1940 or something. I forget. My mother's going to kill me for forgetting that. If I remember correctly, at least 20 nuclear tests happened at Bikini Atoll. 2. Kwajalein Exodium is where the rest of the nuclear tests happened. They did Operation Crossroads. They did it twice. Able and Baker, and then they stopped. They did it with the leftover nukes from World War II. The U.S. wanted... That's actually a really long story. Yeah, Kwaj had a lot of tests. Kwajalein. Yeah, there's a whole thing. There's a whole story that I could go into if you guys wanted to hear it about why we had extra nukes. Of course, we want to hear. So, okay, so the Able and the Baker shot for Operation Crossroads were 2 nuclear tests that were done in 1946, okay? And what they were testing, why they were testing at Bikini and what they were testing, it was the effects of a nuclear weapon on a navy, on a conventional navy. That's what they were trying to mess with. That's what they were trying to figure out. So, what they did was they took a lot of excess ships from World War II, put them all inside of the atoll, and blew up 2 nukes to see what would happen, right? They took all the ships that were basically useless, so battleships, a lot of battleships, because they were useless on in modern combat because of the aircraft carrier, right? In modern combat at the time. And they blew them all up. Now, why? Why did they do this? Well, the Navy, the U.S. Navy, was worried that if nuclear weapons became the new meta, like there's no point in fighting a conventional warfare if you could just blow the guy's entire army literally out of the water, or entire Navy literally out of the water in one shot. So that the Navy, believe it or not, was worried that their budgets would have gotten cut. That's what they were worried about. No branch of the U.S. military wanted to get their budget just wrecked, right? They didn't want to get their budget cut because, if one nuke could take out an entire Navy, an entire carrier task group, then what's the point, right? So the Navy was trying to figure out if it was okay Like what happens when you nuke, when somebody drops a nuke on ships. So, I mean, it was a good test at the time. Like that's not a bad idea, right? So what they did was they took all the ships out in Bikini Atoll and they blew them up twice. One of them was an air blast explosion that was dropped from a B-29, just like Nagasaki, right? And the other one was that nuclear depth charge thing that I told you about. Now, where did these extra nukes come from in 1946? Well, the nuclear weapons came about from a project that was started by the Roosevelt administration as a response to Albert Einstein saying, like, hey, be careful with this. They were worried about Nazi Germany getting a nuclear weapon. Now, Albert Einstein wrote Franklin Roosevelt he wrote him a letter, right, saying, like, look, I know a lot of, look, I'm Albert Einstein, all right? I don't not know about this, all right? The Germans are looking to try and make a weapon that could like, end us immediately. And you should take this into account. So what he did was, he started a small government program, right? Started a small government program in Manhattan, in an office building in Manhattan, designed to figure out what the Germans were doing. What they were doing with nuclear with nuclear materials, what they were trying to do. Now, in reality, the Germans were trying to make a dirty bomb, which is a little bit different than a bomb that uses an unregulated neutron flux reaction, right? They were trying to do something a little bit different. The Germans were trying to do what the Fallout universe is, create radioactive fallout everywhere. They were basically trying to Chernobyl. They were trying to make a bomb that has a similar effect to Chernobyl. Basically, scorched earth with a nuke, right? Just radioactive fallout everywhere, spew it all over the place. But we didn't know that. We didn't know that at the time. We thought they were trying to make a bomb that like, right? A U.S. Wunderwaffe. Yeah, wonder weapon. Yeah, exactly. So, what they did was they started the Manhattan Project, and they figured out that they're trying to do this, and they misunderstood. They didn't think they thought they were trying to make a nuclear weapon, when in reality they were trying to make a dirty bomb, but it still doesn't matter. So he said, all right, I think this is probably not a good thing. We need to figure this out, right? And so that morphed into a gigantic defense project that was basically designed to refine and get the materials that you need to make a nuclear weapon and detonate one. So they had a couple of different designs for how to create an unregulated chain reaction. Basically, with a nuclear weapon, what you're trying to do is get a ball of uranium past critical mass. You gotta you gotta heat it up extremely quickly. You have to make it to get it to fizzle, like not fizzle out, because nuclear material likes to fizzle. It basically, that's what the Geiger counter is when you hold it, in Fallout, when you go near something that's radioactive, it goes. It's detecting that fizzle. That fizzle is radioactive decay. It's basically the rate at which neutrons are being split. You can do that by heating it up, right? You heat it up really fast. You got to go way past critical mass. Critical mass is basically the amount of heat energy something can absorb before it just melts, right? Before it goes. So the U.S. had two different types of designs for this. One was a uranium gun design, where they basically put a ball of uranium and shot in a gun barrel and shot a bullet at it to get it to heat up. And the other one was a plutonium design. A plutonium design that basically was a sphere with a bunch of. There was a ball of uranium in the sphere, right? In the sphere of uranium in the center, and then a bigger metal sphere around it, and it had basically a bunch of guns shooting at it all at the same time. That one proved to be a much higher yield, right? So they had the gun bomb, which is it worked, but the plutonium one was seen to be a lot better. So they started what they wanted to do, and this is where it kind of rolls all back in. They had a bunch of different types of nukes, and they basically said fire on all cylinders because we can't have the Germans have a weapon like this. We have to beat them to it. So there was a little bit of an arms race going on there, kind of foreshadowing of things to come, I guess. And they basically said, look, mass produce the gun bomb. And then they, they figured out that the plutonium one was better, and they said, okay, mass produce that. Now, the reason why we had extras after after World War II is because what the U.S. wanted to do was show the Japanese that this wasn't a fluke. We have this weapon that will end you, and we have a lot of them. They wanted to create the illusion to the Japanese that we could literally wipe them off the planet, and it worked. That was the gamble with that, right? A lot of lives are at stake there. Basically fool them into thinking we could 1, 2, 3, 4 punch them out, right? That was the idea. So they wanted to mass produce them. So they ramped up the Manhattan Project and tried to start mass producing these bombs. And the two Fat Man plutonium bombs that were left over, right? Which would have been the third and fourth bombs dropped on Japan, ended up going to the Operation Crossroads. And ended up being used in those nuclear tests. They were the 1, 2, 3, 4 punch that Truman was basically warned the Japanese about, and they didn't listen, and then we made them listen, which is, I don't know, people have different views on that, and that's fine. So, yeah, that's why they had those extra ones, because they were left over from the 1-2 punch that the U.S. wanted to... The 1-2 punch that the U.S. wanted to give Japan to make it seem like we were mass producing these, and because, well, basically we were going to, or not going to. We ended up doing that, but we ended up it ended up taking a little bit longer. They had to get at least 3 or 4 bombs made before they started dropping these things, and that's why they were there. Could you imagine making the decision? Sucks, dude. Yeah, that's... Truman was clearly conflicted about it. I'm pretty sure there's anecdotes of him being very conflicted about doing that. But then again, if we're going to talk about that kind of morbid history, firebombing Tokyo killed way more people than the atomic blast ever could. Everybody talks about the atomic blast, I should have done it. They firebombed Tokyo and killed millions of people. Can you give me some streaming advice? Sure, Minecraft. What do you want? What do you want to know? The implosion bomb's hardest component was the timing mechanism. Yep. Yeah, getting them... Yeah, because you have a spherical bunch of things that are trying to implode a ball of plutonium, right? And it all has to be timed very, very succinctly. If it's not, you're not going to get a good yield. Imagine if the war in Europe had not gone well, too. There was a possibility of using it on Berlin. Yeah. I agree, Doxy. That is my current understanding of the nukes. It sucks. But anybody that says, oh, we shouldn't have done that, does not understand the context of the situation. Even if, the Japanese weren't going to surrender. They weren't going to surrender. Simple as that. They were not going to. So, what are you going to do? Just keep fighting them for the next 10 years? War of attrition against somebody that doesn't surrender? That would be... Screw that. And you know what? I appreciate the Japanese' commitment. I really do. I respect them a lot for that. They're very, very devoted culture. Very, very respectful and and, you know, stick with what you know, and, you know, don't, what's the word that I'm trying to say? It's a very, they're very strong in their traditions, right? In Japan, even to this day. And you know what? I respect the hell out of that. That's, you know, it shows a lot about your character being committed to, you know, your own creed like that. But I mean, yeah, Balaxy, I agree. Dropping the nuke was the right decision. It was the right decision. It hurts me to say that because I think killing people is a waste of time. But I also acknowledge at the same time, you don't really have a choice. The Japanese will fight until either you're dead or they're dead. You do not have a choice here. And that's what Truman was conflicted about. You don't have a choice. They're not gonna surrender. Yeah, Dylan, exactly. There was at least one firebombing raid after Nagasaki too, right before the surrender. Yeah, I mean, Curtis LeMay was a nutter. Guy was a fierce fighter. LeMay was crazy. Borderline kind of like, you alright? Guy? I mean, the guy was ordering hundreds of thousands of people to die from bombing raids in Tokyo, but once again, that was the idea, that you try to break the enemy's morale. Like, it's a crappy thing to do. I acknowledge that, right? Like, but that's what you needed to win. And there's a lesson there to be learned, I think. Once again, you guys, I always try to look at history. There's a lesson to be learned. That even if you have two decisions, sometimes both of them, sometimes one is just slightly better than the other, and you're still going to end up the loser. Like, it's just, that's life. That's what happens, you know? Japan was agreeing to a conditional surrender, but not agreeing to an unconditional surrender. Yeah. Space exploration will definitely be a turning point. It takes mutually assured destruction to the next level. Agreed. Mutually assured destruction carries over into the space domain hardcore because of Kessler syndrome, Dylan. That's why we've been able to maintain the peace in space for such a long time, because everybody knows that you're playing Russian roulette if you screw around. Even the Russians know, you know, so not even the Russians know. They're one of our strongest allies in space, which is hilarious to me because down here people like to think the opposite of that. World War I and World War II was nasty on all sides. Yeah, TJ, it was. I like history, and it informs us a lot about how we behave going into the future. Yep. Yeah. Dude, I love it. I'd love to do history stories. But once again, that kind of content is kind of saturated on, like, YouTube, but not necessarily on Twitch, you know? So, did we get this all filled in, boys? Hell yeah. All right, how's the on-ramp that we started today working? We were just filling underneath this road. I don't like building roads over things and having dark spaces under them because, yeah, baddies spawn, so don't like doing that. How did the other one come out? Oh, okay, that didn't come out too bad. We're gonna need to put a wall right there or something. Now I can only think of that Ferengi quota. They irradiated their own planet? Yeah, man. This stuff happens. Kyron, I mean, a mistake that I make a lot of people, a mistake that I make a lot of, a mistake that I see a lot of people doing. I'm gonna walk down here and see if there's anything else that needs to be filled. A mistake that I see a lot of people doing is they automatically assume just because, like 70 years ago, because it's such a long way away, that the people back then were stupid. Like, oh, we were so backwards in our ways. That's not true. That's not true at all. You know? Like, I'm not too big of a fighter. Like, I'm not too big on conducting warfare myself, right? Like, that's not a good idea. It's very counterintuitive, obviously. But to somehow think that, you know, the people at the time didn't understand that is just really arrogant. That's really stupid. That's a really stupid thing to think. But I see people doing that. Oh, we were so stupid. We were so stupid. And I see people make this mistake all the time. Like, why did we, you know, like the people that say, oh, we drop the nukes on people. That's so messed up, right? Like, you don't understand the context in which that scenario happened. If you listen to Robert Oppenheimer, right? You listen to Truman. You listen to all the people that were involved with this thing. It's not like they weren't conflicted about it. They were human after all, right? And I think that's an important precedent to understand when you dive into history. You have to understand the context, and you also shouldn't assume that anybody in history is just an idiot. But yeah, I see that kind of happening. Like, people just say, "Oh my God, we were so stupid for doing this. We were so stupid for doing that." Hey, it's very easy to say that in hindsight. Just like it's easy to say that the O-rings were doing something wrong with Challenger on the space shuttle. Yeah, that's easy for you to say in hindsight. Where was this "I told you so" before it happened? But then again, there was one of the engineers was basically said that don't do this, and they did it anyway. You know, like. Double-edged sword, man. History ain't perfect. We try to compartmentalize it and pretend like it's a binary situation, and it's not. It's a very important thing to understand, dudes, that sometimes that's just how it rolls, man. Like, it's not gonna make sense, and you know, a decision that's seemingly stupid, right? You know, like, you could say, like, oh, you know, that's a dumb idea. That was so dumb. Why did we do that? But it's very easy to miss the context of that and assume that people of the past were stupid because it was the past, because we're so enlightened nowadays, right? I'm going to start filling in and grading out this area here. We got to get more dirt. I would argue the opposite. People don't know what's been forgotten and lost, but then again, I might just be an old fart. Maybe, I don't know. Without getting into specifics, underestimating the intelligence of people in the past also makes us believe history cannot be repeated. Exactly, Dylan. That's exactly, you're 100% right. That's the point that I'm trying to convey. F1 Sprint is starting? Cool. Yeah, hellfish, but I mean, the reason World War II happened was because of the Treaty of Versailles, straight up. Like, that's you know, I mean, they could have followed through with the Treaty of Versailles, I suppose. That's why Chamberlain pisses me off so much. Like, bro, you let your guard down. Nah, it's okay. It's fine. Nah, it's not technically feasible to enforce the Treaty of Versailles. Nah, we've been hindered by budget. Like, that kind of bullcrap, dude, doesn't lead anywhere good. That's for sure. Yeah, it's important to understand that stuff, dudes. And I, you know, as somebody that studied a lot of military history, right? A lot, you know, I think about that when we talk about spaceflight. I apply that mentality to it, and that's why I get angry at certain things that people say and do in the spaceflight industry, and I'm like, you're okay. All right. If you think that's gonna happen that way. It's probably not. The Treaty of Versailles is often framed as being too harsh, but the only bad thing, I'd argue, was that in reparations. Actually, just on a side note, I actually thought of an additional thing about the Manhattan Project and stuff. There's a really awesome story about, what was the name of the office that precluded the SAS? Anybody from England? What was before the Special Air Service? There's cool stories about raids on deuterium production facilities in Sweden. The SAS did special operations, something like that. SIP, I forget. Yeah, there's really awesome stories about them raiding heavy water plants in Sweden and stuff and blowing them up so the Germans couldn't get deuterium to refine radioactive materials and stuff. Or was it Norway? Was it Norway or? Yeah, see, I'm misremembering now. I'm gonna shut up. Didn't that happen in the Netherlands too? To an extent, Dylan, yeah. I mean, but it wasn't for nuclear stuff. It was for, like, war effort stuff. I forget what factory was in the Netherlands that making electronics or whatever. I gotta go remember now. Now I gotta brush up. Now I'm annoyed that I couldn't remember it. Somehow I'm scared of mobs when I play Minecraft. Yeah. Wait, did that guy ever ask a question about streaming? I missed it if he did. You answered it? Alright, drummer. Thank you. Thank you, buddy. Thank you for picking up the slack, dude. I appreciate it. Guys, yeah. This Minecraft used to scare me, but for some reason it just doesn't anymore. I don't get scared of mobs in this game. I mean, but that's probably because I have, like, super good armor and stuff. Like, video games freak me out. Because in the back of my mind, I know that a video game is designed to freak you out. It's designed to scare you. It's not necessarily how real life is, you know? What is this real life you speak of? Indeed, Creation, yeah. We're filling in right-of-ways for roads here. Yeah, TJ. newest Minecraft fan. Cool. Cool. Personally, I'm scared about underwater in video games and not in real life. I'm with you on that one. You think you're scared, MC mobs? Just wait until you go into the caves in Satisfactory and they full-on jump you. Oh. Great. And let me guess, you need to go into the caves to get certain things to go to the next tier, right? That's, yeah. Satisfactory. I mean, I don't know. I'm not really... Satisfactory ain't really gonna scare me too much. It probably will, a jump scare. Right, but I have the gun unlocked in Satisfactory. I don't. Wait a minute. I remember exploring the caves down there. I remember that. There's the cave spiders. Yeah, they run after you. You just run them over in the truck, and then when they're ragdolling, you shoot them in the face. I remember that. I remember in the old save, I was trying to make a train line through the caves because that would have been cool to get the nuclear materials. Yeah, I did that. What are you creating? Hey, Maxio. Or Maxo, excuse me. We're filling in a road right away to get to our airport terminal. So this is a survival city building project that I'm working on here. This is the terminal for our airport. Here, let me show you. That's Operation Crossroads. So here's the dynamic map. We're building a city, right? And what we're doing is building roads for our city right now. We're not over here in the main area. We're up here. We started building a highway for the city, and I wanted it to go under. I wanted to build a tunnel, so we dug this tunnel out in survival, right? All in survival. And we made it pop out over here because we're building a road extension to the airport. This area was relatively flat, and I thought it would be good enough to build an airport, like with a real runway and stuff, because the area around the rest of the city is not... We kind of filled up all the flat areas. There's only hilly areas left. So, we just had a car do 349 at 214 in the 8th. That's quick, man. So we're working on filling in the right-of-way for this road right here. Basically, I don't just like building roads floating over things unless they're supported, like a bridge or something. So we're filling in this area right here around the terminal. I meant to ask, what's on the other side of the highway? This is a Coast Guard base that Drool Bucket is working on. It's a Coast Guard facility. He's building like a Coast Guard barracks and stuff. Like, Vazzy, do you guys have Coast Guard over there? I don't know. I would assume, yeah, obviously, right? Like, but I'm not familiar. Coast Guard is like maritime patrol. Yeah, of course you do. Yeah, I mean, it's a stupid question to ask, but shouldn't, on the other hand, presuming things is probably a stupid thing to do as well, so. Now, is the Coast Guard over there, like, just a curious mind, I guess, is the Coast Guard over there like ours? Like, the Coast Guard doesn't really carry guns. They have guns, but they're not like the Navy. Impressive. Thanks, Max. Sneaky, don't worry about it. As long as you're being inquisitive and using a little bit of common sense, you know, like it's pretty safe to assume that Russians, they obviously have one. But like, what I'm more wondering is it set up like ours? Like our Coast Guard ships are painted like orange and white to show that they're not military ships. Like we paint them. Actually, it's red and white, but
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Ours is much more military, I think. So yeah, like Vasi, that's what I'm wondering. Does the military pick up the slack there? Because yeah, our military doesn't, dude. We have Coast Guard. My pick. What's up, dude? And then James with a 23-month resub. So like, our Coast Guard ships, they kind of look like military ships, but they're definitely not. It has a gun on it, but they barely ever use those things. Coast Guard ships have machine gun turrets. Also, they're painted just like the military ships. Yeah, see, ours are... The Coast Guard is a whole separate branch of the military over here. Well, not military. Actually, the Coast Guard isn't even a military branch, technically. It serves under the DOJ, which is different, not the DOD. It's not under the Department of Defense. It's under the Department of Justice, which is... They probably did that for funding issues, if I had to guess, but... Yeah, see, like, ours are... like super indicated, you know, they're painted white on purpose. Yeah, no, they serve under the Department of Justice, guys. That the Coast Guard does. It's not under the Department of Defense. Yeah, Homeland Security, exactly, which is DOJ, not DOD. Disregard colors, they're painted white and blue. All right, let me check it. Let me see. Russian Coast... Yeah, it auto-populated. Oh, yeah. Okay, so yeah, you guys have the same exact thing. And look, the ship even is about the same size, right? Oksrana? Orana. Oh, yeah, the X. Yeah, sorry. What does that word mean? That turret, though. See, like, it's... I'm sorry, that makes me laugh. It's not a copy. It's not. It's just a similar ship that does a similar thing, and they end up looking exactly the same. That's funny to me. I'm like, okay. But yeah, no. Yeah. Good to know. Guard. Oh. Ohana's guard. Yeah, I got you. Gotcha. You should make our ships patriotic like a barber pole. Red, white, and blue instead of red and white. Well, the red and the white is maritime patrol. It's... The Coast Guard is red and white for a reason. There's something with maritime stuff that signifies red and white is not a warship. But it's like a Geneva Convention thing or something. If I'm remembering right, I could be pulling that one out of my tail. It's like that on purpose. There's some... Dylan, you know, there's always like some crazy... There's some, not weird, but seemingly weird maritime thing that's like, oh, they do this way because of ancient ships in 1627 or whatever. Like, there's a reason why it's red and white. The U.S. Coast Guard, originally the Revenue Cutter Service, was formed for customs enforcement. It was originally the Department of Transportation before 1915. Beard became the U.S. Coast Guard and got its military stuff. The Coast Guard projects includes large docks, small docks, lodgings, 2 helicopter pads, a dry dock, a gun range. Also hide from lunch. Thinking about a deep diving area in the pond or on the front of the runway. Oh. Department of Treasury, not Transportation. Oh, okay. Interesting. How's chat been today? Any unfunny 12-year-olds? No, chat's been fine. Serious. It was just that one day that was very strange. Alright. So that's all filled in. What's the next project? Let's go around on the dynamic map and see what else needs to be done. We got that filled in pretty freaking quick. We should finish the on-ramps, guys. Check out our Damon Coast Guard ships. Wow, that's pretty slick. You were mega pissed. Yeah. Yeah, chat was being something, dude. They were being something. It's alright, it's alright. Kids gonna kids, dude. When did these Minecraft projects start? February of this year? I don't even armed with the turret. Kustwacht. Coastal Watch. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, interesting, Dylan. Wow, just wow. It's huge. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty big for what it is, sure. Are the Coast Guards also... Yeah, they do maritime patrol and rescue, Drummer. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so like if somebody gets stranded, like say Florida man is in his boat and he decides to go out on the boat and a storm pops up and the boat sinks, the Coast Guard will go out there. Coast Guard will go out there with some SH-60s and or a cutter or something and get them. Or the Coast Guard will make sure that recovering a capsule out of the water doesn't get, you know, there's no incursions by unidentified parties. So do you have like launch ramps along the coast? Oh yeah, they're everywhere, Drummer. Oh yeah, all over the place, dude. There's one in the middle of Boston. There's a Coast Guard base. They're all over the place, dude. Like, and when I say Boston, I mean there's a Coast Guard base like right in the middle of Boston. It's right here.
Go at throttle up.
See, USCG. This is for harbor patrol and stuff. They make sure that, you know, because Boston Harbor, so Boston has two kinds of harbor. There's two harbors. There's the outer harbor, right, out here, and then there's the inner harbor. There's a deep spot that was dredged out in the inner harbor, and you have to follow this shipping lane right here, and if you don't, you go out here and stuff, yeah, you're going to have a bad day. Hey, Rocket Guy, what's going on? There used to be another dredged canal over here. You can kind of see it. See where all the streaks in the water are? The Fore River used to be dredged out a lot deeper because there was a shipyard here, a big shipyard. Quincy shipyards were there, the Fore River shipyard. They built battleships and aircraft carriers and stuff. Not anymore. But yeah, you can see how they keep the channel really deep. Look at the color in the water. That's how you can tell how deep water is if you're looking at it from above. There's all kinds of sandbars and rocks and stuff in the outer harbor. But then in the inner harbor, once again, this is a very busy shipping lane. Because there's a I think it's a power plant. Now that I'm looking at it.
Throttle up.
Yeah, Mystic Power Plant. Hey, Tritons, 15-month resub. Can you find something for me to build?
Go at throttle up.
What do you, DV, do you want to start a new project or keep, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we can work on. Hey, Noobzor, 30-month resub. Thank you. You want to build a new one. Alright, let's think. Let's... I don't know, DV, what are you feeling? What do you want to build? I mean, we still technically need to go and finish the shipyard, but Lundprod's kind of the project manager on this part. There's all this empty space out here in the shipyard that we should probably fill with stuff, but I'm not 100% sure what we should fill it with, you know? There's still a few plots near your apartment block. Yeah, I mean, always building more buildings, DV, but, seems like the color of the U.S. Coast Guard ships are to tell their purpose on sight alone. Mainly white hulls are law enforcement. Black hulls are for navigation and repair of navigation aids, and mainly red on icebreakers. The origin Blue Racing Trade was an attempt to modernize the logo from the same guy who designed the current Air Force scheme. I want to build a big building. Okay. Alright, well, let's find you a plot and find you a building, dude. Let's do it. Road and tracks for the shipyard. Tracks and bridges go nowhere right now. Yeah, once we finish the airport project, this whole thing, guys, I want all hands basically back on the shipyard. Let's finish the shipyard. Because that was the original project. You know? We also should dredge the canals out too. We should dredge this for the ships, which would be kind of cool to do. And then see like this dock here from the intermodal area. We should get that figured out too. You know what's weird? This bridge and this roadway that we made to go into the shipyard. I drove across this bridge on Route 154, which is very strange. Funny, but very strange. Anyway. Ah, well, Thomas, there's a rule of the seas that you help. It's maritime etiquette, I suppose, if you want to call it that. If somebody's radioing for help, you go and help. That's a lesson learned from the Titanic, if I'm recalling correctly. The Titanic shot up flares. There was a ship that was relatively close to the Titanic, and the Titanic shot up flares, and the ship thought it was fireworks, and they just left. See, I need to get back to your stream. Okay. Yep. Look at what, I mean, seriously, it's been a long way. Dredged a lot since then. Maybe we should put a freight yard in here. Because the train tracks come all the way out. We might as well. What are the train tracks going to lead to? We should do something like this. Put a freight yard in. Yeah, Chief. Crazy. Yeah, I think that's where that comes from. You always, if someone has a mayday call, you go. Didn't Titanic also not have the correct distress colored flares? Something like that. Yeah. Rocky Guy, on a side note though. You know how in rocket science the fault tree is like, okay, one compromise, one compromise, one compromise, one compromise, one compromise, one compromise, etc., etc. Jesus Christ, the fault tree for the Titanic is About as long as the shuttle's wire harness, man. There were so many things like, what? Okay. When the holes in the Swiss cheese slices line up. Yeah, exactly, Maggie. Indeed. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you know, we talk about normalization of deviance with the shuttle and stuff. Like, holy crap, the Titanic was worse. Like, way worse. Google says it's an international law. Yeah, Swap, that makes sense. Fun fact, the Titanic ship Olympic was relatively nearby, and it could have met the SS Carpathia after she rescued the remaining survivors, but the crew was worried that seeing basically an exact replica would freak the survivors out too much. I'm pretty sure they're not paying attention to what the ship that's going to help fish them out of the ocean looks like. That's crazy, Chief, yeah. Yeah. Good news, the Titanic pool still has water in it. Yeah, but it's salt water. Yeah, come check out your new building. Yeah, all right. Back to Minecraft. So we got to figure out something to do with this area right here, and then DV, you're looking for a new building to make. So let's head over that way. Yeah, we gotta get the train tracks figured out too. Saltwater pool. They're just 100 years ahead of their time. Something like that, man. Right? How updated is the map room, just on a side note? Silent cartographer. Oh, it's pretty updated. Cool. Remember before Dynmap, we used to come in here all the time? Yeah, this actually isn't bad. Wow. That's not updated. That's what it looked like. We filled a lot of that in, man. I'll tell you. I did know that, Dish. That's pretty interesting. Alright, let's go. Yep. Yeah, Chief. Yep. Alright. Let's see. Let's pick a plot. Oh, yeah. We gotta show Yarg his evil twin. Oh, jeez. Is it like a 1-to-1? Like they took the blueprints and they're just like I don't know. I thought it was like a set piece, but the way that describes it means that they're just gonna make another Titanic, like an exact copy. I mean, fitting. Modern internals would be required. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Do you really want an exact copy of that design? Sure, why not? As long as it's made with the right metals. The Titanic was made out of crap metal. It was no good. Alright, so you want to build the building. Let's take a look. Yeah, interesting dish, interesting. Huh. More of a tribute. Yeah, okay, Madge. Yeah, I got you. DV, you said you wanted to build a big building, or did you want to build a bunch of small buildings? Because on this side of the city over here, these plots have been empty for a real long time. Gotta build some... I gotta get somebody to build small buildings in here. One tall building, okay. Alright. I'm thinking. Does Dragon do big maneuvers with its forward-facing thrusters? Yep. Basically, it flies backwards most of the time. Okay, DV. I got one for you. I know what we can build. Here, let's go into Google Earth. Here you go. So the old John Hancock building right here. This guy. You want to build that? I think this building would look good here. It's an old kind of Art Deco-esque skyscraper. You don't know. Okay. What about this one? Like that one? I was thinking something in Miami. All right. That's fair. And essentially, finish the building that you're working on. I try to keep people to one project at a time. Miami. All right. So, Miami. Let's take a look. Man, look at this place. I haven't been down to Miami in years. That thing's called Freedom Tower? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. What is this thing? What is this building? Park Line, Miami. Cool. The Titanic captain was also told to hit icebergs by common practice. Head on. He decided to have interesting. It was built out of the finest metal of the time, and that was a big problem because it was too brittle. That's what I was remembering. The what building in Japan, drummer? You want? That's Shinjuku Station, the one that goes over the train tracks, the bus station. Yeah, that's a little big. Our city has not achieved that scale yet. We gotta build the small stuff first. What is that thing? Look. Huh. Man, there's some very eccentric architecture, but then again, it is Miami, so... Wait, does somebody actually live, like, right here? That's someone's house that's next to a skyscraper. Florida zoning. I'm trying to find something, DV, that would be good for... I mean, we gotta pick, like, a coastal plot, right? Let's... Like, these buildings are kind of Miami-esque, so... Dude, okay, so there's this cul-de-sac here. DV, you should do something with this area right here. Because this has like the little river and it's kind of a weird design. Like, that's kind of something like what's going on here, you know? Let's figure out something that would fit in that plot that would look cool. That's a cool building. This one, this hemispherical one with the skyscraper built into it. I mean, DV, how hard of a project do you want here? Do you want to just build another building, or do you want something complicated? Yeah, well, Supercraft, this area is not supposed to... The area that we're in is... They're supposed to be tall buildings, but they're not supposed to be super tall buildings. So, like, you see how there's, like, a cluster of taller buildings, and then there's small stuff that kind of leads up to it? That's kind of where we're at. Ooh, this one is nice. Look at this one. Oh, of course, the big imposing building is a government building. Duh. Why wouldn't it be? Oh, good. More brutalist nonsense. I want something that isn't very easy, but I don't want too many angles. Okay? Okay. My tower ain't too tall or janky looking. No. No, it's fine. How about 200 West Street? 200 West. That's not it. Oh. Actually, that wouldn't be too hard to do in Minecraft because it's all geometric shapes. I think that one might be a little too tall, though, for the area. Look at all the cellular antennas on the roof of the government building. Yeah. What do you want? I'm in 200 West in New York City. See you last when you get a chance. What's up, Kelly? So I wasn't here when I assume you checked it out, but what do you think of Spin Launch's test? The whole thing looked insane to me, and honestly, I love the idea. Kelly, yeah, no, I appreciate that people are willing to look at it from different points of view, but Kelly, you know, you have all that spin launch technology. Why don't you just put this on the bottom of your rocket? That'll do the exact same thing, and I guarantee you it's a little less expensive to produce. You know, like, I don't... Look at Miami Tower, very simple. Thanks, Stevie. Look at Miami Tower, okay? Hey, Azastro, what's going on? Wow, okay. That would be tough to do in Minecraft. I'm good, Azastro. You love this building? It's cool. It's cool, and it's got a pool. And it's got a monorail that goes through it. I think that one might be a little bit too tall, though. Could I build something from Minneapolis? Yeah, of course, builder. Oh, look, another SunTrust building. Whoa, is that... What the hell is this? Hold on. Oh, hold on. What is that? And why is it there? Oh. Okay. I was gonna say, what? Yeah, it's just the photogrammetry screwed up. The courthouse is, yeah, that's kind of cool. That'd be both dope and impractical if real. I was gonna say, I need a medium-sized building, Alex. Not the tallest ones. Probably like 30 stories at, no, let's say 20 stories at best. Like, these smaller ones would be cool. The Intercontinental, that's cool. You want to build the triangle building, DV? Art Deco is Chad tier. Brutalist is Virgin tier. Dish. That's my opinion, though. It's subjective. I get it. I like Art Deco. Art Deco is about showing how good of a building you can make. Brutalism is about showing how stupid of a looking building you can make. Fallout New Vegas multiple times, dude. Art Deco is Chad. Brutalist is Chad. I like Art Deco, man. Art Deco is my thing, man. I just love I love the ideas that Art Deco is rooted in. We can conquer whatever. Humanity will overcome. Like, that's like space program to a T. Looks too hard, that one? Okay. Alright, no problem. Dude, I like these I like this building here. This is I wanna make this when we start building the taller stuff. We should make Brickle Point. That thing is cool. That's a cool looking building with the park and everything. See last. What's up, Acton? Penn National Insurance Bank in Harrisburg. Well, DV said he wanted to build a building in Miami, so I'm trying to find him a building to build. Where is this building? This is Brickle Point's in Miami. That's like the middle of downtown Miami. Whoa. Does that building have a... That's not a photogrammetry error. That thing actually has that. Why would... Okay. Oh, what the frick, dude? Yeah. But that has... that has circular windows. You've got to put a hole in it. Alright, I gotta... DV, let's find you something. Man, these buildings with pools and gardens on top of them are crazy to me. That's just so strange. The pool on the bottom is to collect rainwater? What? Huh, strange. Alright, DV, how about this one? Consulate General of the Federal Republic. This guy. That one should be good. It's got a bunch of angles on it. It's not a bad looking building. I think that's the one you should make. It's pretty tall, but it's not the tallest, so that should be good, man. You want to build that one? It's the Consulate General of the Federal Republic of Germany. So the German consulate? Why is the German consulate in Miami? Yeah? Alright. Build that one. Let's figure out where we should build it. They get tired of winter. Major port of entry. They like the beach. Yeah. That's fair. They have more than one. Yeah, I gotcha. Look at the Bacardi building. What in the heck? Okay. What is that? That's strange. Build this one. Build the German consulate building. That's fine. Got to figure out a good spot to make it though. Where should we make that?
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Right here, DV. You see where all this dirt is? Use this patch. XTC 14-month resub. Thank you. Alex, what is that building? Have you seen the new U.S. Embassy here in London? It has a moat. DV, is this area good? I'm thinking like build it right there. Like it's rectangular, so this way. What would you like me to build and where would you like me to build it? All right, builder, give me a second. Let me finish up with DV here and then we'll go. All right, cool. You're in. It's sponsored by the alcohols. Yeah, I know what Bacardi is, brother. Hang on. So Sirius was next. Builder, we'll pick out a building for you in a moment here. So let me see this, Sirius. I can go over there. It's also links. Yikes. All right, U.S. Embassy in London. What the frick? No wonder people don't like us overseas. What the hell? What is this? Ismic, I slept through it, and I'm really annoyed that I slept through it. It's the first SpaceX launch that I missed in a long time. I'm embarrassed and disgusted with myself. Maggie, can you imagine being British and driving... Well, I mean, imagine being British. Can you imagine seeing this and being like, yeah, I like the people that built this. Yeah, they're cool. Yes, the people that built this are kind fellows and are our friends. Like, it looks unique. It looks like they put a bunch of fucking anal beads on the side. Are you freaking kidding me? I'll take the timeout for that. That's fine. Yeah, Barrelicious, yeah. That sounds like us, to be honest with you. All right, guys, I got a plan. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna build our embassy building in London, and we're gonna make the stupidest looking building we can possibly muster. All right, good plan, man. Stick it to him. I can see that. You can't unsee why you do this. Look at the Bank of America building in Atlanta, Georgia. I think Builder wanted me to... Builder, you wanted Minneapolis, right? Where's the old U.S. Embassy, real quick? U.S. Embassy. Oh, it stopped C. So where's the old one? And that... Serious? Is that actually a moat? Like, I don't know what this is. What is this? Like, is that water? Like, I'm confused. But the moat doesn't go all the way around. It has like an overlap. Oh, there's a basketball court though. Hell yeah. Where's the baseball field? I did know that, Ewok. Yeah, you can fly an SR-22 or an F-18, yeah. What's a strange building? And second thought, let's not go to the embassy. 'Tis a silly place. I can't decide if I hate this or I like it. The old embassy, let me see. Bro. Great. Great. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Let's make our... Guys, I got a plan. Let's make our building look like a mangled typewriter. All right, cool, sweet. Good plan, guys. Let's build this. Like... All right. Builder, you're up. What do you want? Minneapolis? All right, let's go. It's better than the other one. Yeah, you're not wrong. All right, you want Minneapolis. Let's see. Hey, Vulcan, what's going on? All right, let's take a look around Minneapolis. Let's see. Builder, how... Okay, I have to ask. And I asked DV the same question. How competent of a builder are you? I know it's in your name. Haha, it's a joke. Like, are you confident in your abilities to make something like this? Or are you confident in your abilities to make something like that? Or are you confident in your abilities to make something like this? Because that would be difficult. How about Mexico U.S. Embassy building? Is that in Minneapolis? There it is again. These condo mixed-use buildings. This is like... What? It's a pool in Minneapolis? What the hell are you going to do with that? Are you going to skate on it in the winter? You can only use that pool for like 2 months out of the year. What the heck's that about? Square edges preferred. Okay. Actually, yes. well, actually... Cool bridge. But really anything. Okay, so would you be comfortable with a building with a curved edge like this? Or preferably squares, right? Okay. You want to build a tall building, short building? You want to build small stuff, big stuff? What are we talking about here? You can heat them. What Jam said. It's outside. Alright, whatever. Yeah, I guess you can. It's for office pool parties, obviously. Look at this chonker. That's a chonky building right there. Ooh, what's this? Very nice. Very nice building. Where am I in Minecraft? Am I dead yet? I've just been sitting. To be honest, anything. I just want to implement a little bit of Minnesota in the city. Yeah. Okay. That Fauché building is pretty rad. That would be probably difficult to make an edge like that, though. That's pretty cool. I like that building. I might build that. See last. Okay. Not much. Still coming down from getting to watch Starlink from the ITL. I deemed you a link to the unedited video that I took this morning. I fell asleep during the launch, so... Not during the launch. I finished racing last night, Vulcan, and I tried to get a couple hours of sleep, and I ended up shutting 3 alarms off in my sleep from 2 different alarm clocks, which is annoying. So, yeah, I'll check it out when I get a chance. You've been to the top of the Fauché building? That's cool. I'm trying to look, see if we can... Oh, it's so sustainable. Look at that. Do you need a taser alarm clock? Yeah, I don't know, man. Jeez, look at that sucker. I'm trying to find a distinct smaller building that has square edges and is pretty... Like something that somebody would see. Builder, you want a building that somebody's going to look at and be like, oh yeah, that building's in Minneapolis, right? Like, that's what we're looking for, right? We're looking for something like that. What's the armory? What is this? What is that? Shulkers? Huh. EJ, the armory is now a music venue. It used to actually be an armory. That's kind of cool. That arch would be kind of a little bit on the difficult side to do in Minecraft, though. That's a really distinct building, though. That's kind of neat. The IDS center is big, but it would be super doable. I don't think we're looking... I think Builder wants to make that tall of a building just yet. Builder, how would you feel about building the armory? That's actually kind of cool. That's a cool little building. Would you be comfortable making the arch or no? Yeah, sure. Dude, you should do it. That would be cool. Yeah, make this. We'll gotta find a footprint for you. I mean, that... What's the... let me take some measurements here, okay? Because, like, I wanted to find a distinctive building from Minneapolis, because you said you want to bring a little bit of Minneapolis to the city, right? So let's find a distinct building, like the Armory, and we'll go from there. So, this block is 350 feet, give or take. Let's measure from end of road, or sidewalk edge to sidewalk edge. Okay. So we need 108 by... Oh, okay. 108 by 108. Let's find something in there. Let's find something in the city. That's that. That's a big building, dude. Damn. Actually, right here might be... Yeah, the concert venue is super cool. Right on. All right. All right. Allied Detroit Center would be a cool building. Add a bit to the Motor City. If you guys want to build these buildings, do it. But one, it's in survival, so you're going to have to go mine the resources or take them from the public resource area. And two, like, I'm the planner, guys. I help with projects, but the best way to do this is how we implemented the airport project, where, you know, I'll give you a project to work on and people can work on it with you, but you got to project manage. Everything in the U.S. is unnecessarily big. Everything in Italy is unnecessarily small. I can play that stupid game too, Swishio. Everything's too close together. .128 by 128 is the size of the map squares up north for some scale. Okay. It's practical. No, it's not. I just told DV to build that building there. Trying to find a good place for you, Builder. How wide are the blocks literally where I'm at? I wonder what's gonna go here. Somebody... Oh, cool. The map view actually looks like SimCity 4. It's kind of the idea. It's kind of what I was getting at, guy. What's going on, man? How are you? 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Oh boy. Alright, so that's 50, so we're gonna need something way bigger. Huh. I'm trying to find the spot for this thing. Let me take another measurement. You good, guy? That's cool, man. Cool. Cause there's like loading bays on the side of this, I would assume for munitions or whatnot at some point, right? Like now it looks like it's where the band parks. You should include that. So like you gotta do the whole plot. So we might need to modify some roads here. I can finish that building that plot to the south here and build it right here. I think it looks like Ford Field. Yeah, kind of. I'd prefer it if we used a plot that already exists. Here, let's go over here. Yeah. Huh. Huh? Huh. 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 1 block is 1 meter, builder. So about 3 feet. But 3.3 feet if you're really, really being technical. Come on, baby, finish what you started. Right here might be correct. Across from where DV is. That's probably a good idea. Let's go measure that over there. We could, well, we'd have to fill in the river, at least a bit of it, which is okay, I guess. Yeah, Hypersonic, we're doing okay. Yeah, we're making some good progress. Actually, builder, this plot right here should be, that one should be what we want. Meters, I didn't know the city was coming. I don't really have a choice. But as it is with that, wait, there's a joke there somewhere. What's up, Geek? How are you? Okay, so checking out this game called Wrench. Huh, alright. This is the right spot, right? Yeah. Lundprod, I think this might be good enough. Let's take a look. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 72, 73, 74, 75 is right here. Maybe you don't have to do the truck stops on the sides here. How wide is this building? Yeah, builder, you don't need to build the side pieces here. Don't do that. 63 will fit just fine. Center it in here and we're good to go. 75, 74, 73, 72, 71, 70. Yeah, builder, do this. Build it right here. Center it on this plot. So have the center line of the armory right there. Right here. Okie dokie. It's Car Mechanic Simulator Steroids. Geek, is that the VR game called Wrench? Thank you, I'm excited now. Alright, man. Yeah, that's a pretty cool building. The art should be fun. Do your city proud, man. Alright, cool. I need this plot because there's a bridge that goes across the road to a parking garage for your building. Oh. Okay. Build it here? DV, it's too big. Yes, but you can play it not in VR as well. Alright. Okay. Builder, use this plot. Use that one. See if you can build around the little canal that goes through there. Finish building that one out right there and put it right there. Okie dokie. All right. Yeah. Yeah, you build the armor right there. That plot's a similar size. That's the right spot. All these other plots are too small. You know what we could do is we could knock this road out and you could build the full thing right there. That's actually pretty close. What do you want to do? Cool server, bro. Thanks, Bacon. You have trains in the city? Yes. We have train tracks. Nobody's made any trains for it just yet. Actually, you know what? Use this plot, builder. Knock this road out. Removing your roads. I'm rezoning that a little bit, okay? No. No, the armory should be on a main road. Yeah, put right there where Josh is the right spot. Yeah, do that. Use that one. Okay. Cool. Now that we're starting to get buildings out here, we should think about extending the subway. And guys, make sure you put a sign up on the plots that you're building. Put a sign down that says who's building what, and I'm EJ and I'm building the Empire State Building. Or EJ's plot, build Empire State Building, something like that. You or anyone got spare gear? Gonna start a homestead and build up materials. We have a community pool, Barrel. There's a community storage area. There should be tools and whatnot in there. You could just take resources from that. My rule about resources is that if it's not in the community pool, it's not yours to take. So you can also make chests that are locked if you put a sign on them. But yeah, that's the rule of thumb. Don't take anybody's stuff unless it's being used for like a big build project. So over here in the tunnel, like coming out of the tunnel, all those are fair game. But if there's like materials that are up inside someone's building, don't touch it. But yeah, you could go in there. There should be some stuff. If not, just ask. I'm sure somebody has something around. I mean, the other thing is I need medium-sized buildings to fill in all this aggregate space. So if somebody wants to just build a regular-sized building, you know, we have some plots out here, and there's a lot of space up in here for buildings and whatnot. And then there's stuff right here. We got plenty of small plots in the small city area. Okay, Beryl, sweet, yeah. Cool. This will be good, man. It'll be real good. But yeah, we got to think about subways and stuff, like how we're going to do that. So let's go into tunnel view. Can we see the train tracks down there? Yeah, okay. How many blocks tall should each floor be? I have three blocks tall for a level. So there's floor, which is 1 block, then 3 blocks, and then another floor. That's how I do it. It's 10-foot tall ceilings. I built small buildings next to the hospital in the same style I usually do. Yeah, I know, Supercraft. You did a great job. Like, dude, we need more of this stuff. These buildings look fantastic. I need some of that, like, down here and over here and in here. And then, like, see these little aggregate empty spots? We need buildings to fill that up. Or a parking lot. I mean, can we have a mini Chinatown? Yeah, Neopod, if you want to. Sure. I mean, just propose a building. Dumop Escape posted on Instagram a picture of him on the couch saying that he hasn't sat on anything for 200 days and that we need to give him a rest. Nice. Do you have parks? Yeah, Alex. I mean, some. Not like a real we don't have a dedicated park area just yet. I was thinking of making this plot a park because it's hard to build a building on with all these, with the river going through it. We kept, you see the rivers that run through the swamp biome? We kept them because I thought it would look cool. And it kind of does. Like, Celeste. I did mark out a new subway tunnel in the city hall if you want to check. Okay, cool. I'll head that way now. So, it might be useful making a park right here where the cul-de-sac is, or, you know, like a parking garage or whatever. Is there a McDonald's in your city? What's that, Supercraft? Of course there is. It's taking forever for that image to load for some reason. Yeah, small stuff like that would be pretty cool, Super. Like, in here and stuff. And see, like, we gotta fill in, like, over here. These should be more industrial buildings because they're next to the shipyard, right? And then there is another park over here, right? We did that. That's cool. That came out really nice. You need a Burger King now? Wait. What is that and where did it come from? That wasn't here last time. What is that building? I'll have to go check that in a second. No, I'm not gonna, like, it's a cool building. Like, Did you get a chance to see the LS Swap Chrysler Conquest on Hoonigan? Yeah, that was from... They've shown that thing before. Yeah, that guy's cool, man. No, Tessa, I haven't. Oh, we never finished... Oh, man. We never finished the other staircase. Yikes. I meant that you left space for a second line. Yeah, okay, cool. I got you. Alright, let me see that spire building. Love the building that's under construction. Dude. Who the heck made this and when? I don't remember this being here. Cool. This is my favorite thing when... Let's see. Benno. Chateau Lacon. Frickin' Benno, dude. Is there a way into Chateau Lacon? Am I missing something here? How do you get inside? Is there like a secret entrance into Chateau? So you know, do you want to know what happened or the result? Yeah, I mean, sure. Cool. Have we made a subway map yet? No, though. No. We gotta coordinate and organize the subway project. Sounds right, TJ. You need the sound of America. Anybody with headphones be warned. Okay? That is, in fact, a way to warm up the tires. Yes. Yes. Yes! Bottas in front and stayed there. Max came in right behind. Sainz pulled up third with Perez behind him, and Hamilton was 1 second behind. Was 1 second behind that to finish fifth. He started dead last and it was 24 laps. Interesting. All right. Yeah, man, this is really starting to gain traction. We're starting to build a lot of stuff. Lewis got DQ'd from qualifying, and Max got a $50,000 or 50,000 euro fine for breathing on Mercedes' car. And then the FIA penalized Lewis but said he did nothing wrong, which is strange. I've never seen the FIA apologize for a Formula One team. Hate him or revel him, the last in 24 laps is some pretty good driving. Yeah. Yeah. You see Cleater's last video. He had a boost sensor malfunction, and it built 60 pounds of boost by mistake. They tore the engine down in the last video. Yeah. Yeah, those connecting rods, though. All right, Builder. See you, buddy. Yeah, no, Geek, it's not ideal. But yeah, I mean, that's why, you know, like, to bring it back to rockets, you know, in rocket science, when they're on the pad and they have a bad sensor, like, they freak out because a bad sensor, like, you got to make sure that if you have a problem, that either you have a bad sensor or you don't have a bad sensor. It could be bad data, it could be junk data, it could be whatever, but you got to make sure because stuff like that can happen, right? Like, sensors that are governing a bunch of things, and if they break, then they don't govern things correctly. I can't believe that, dude. I can't believe that out of everything, the rods are what went, you know? But yeah, if you can do that, barrel, yeah, it's not ideal. How about that one piston that was stuck below the block? Yep. Yeah, that's, yeah. That's how stuff breaks. Should be the full video now. Wait for it. That's loud. That's very loud. That's very loud. That's like, not rocket motor loud, but it's close. Alright. Oh, for Pete's sake, EJ, come on. All right. I've been shaking the tires all day. Wake up. Sorry, I pushed myself too much by trying to the SpaceX launch scrubbing on Friday really messed me up. I tried to just cover it the next day and got like 2 hours of sleep the day before, and I paid for that. How about that launch this morning? That was great. Yeah.